What's happening, everybody? Welcome to Brodie UnPlugged. This is the nitty-gritty first episode. I've got a lot of issues right now with Final Cut that is just really annoying, and I'm trying to get those all figured out. So right now I'm doing it on from the phone, and hopefully next week it'll be a lot more polished and a lot cleaner than this. But I wanted to answer some of your guys' questions that you guys posted last week. So basically, if you don't know what's going on right now, there's this show from the Pro League, the AUDL. There'll actually be, every week, they'll be posting on their Facebook page, which is in the description below, asking what questions you have for me this week. I'll pick out a couple of them, answer them, and then I also will pick out a dark horse question of the week, and whoever that is ends up getting a free disc from their website. So let's get straight to it. I got a couple questions to answer, and here we go. Jason Chacho asks, what's the most important throw to have in Ultimate? I'm actually going to say 3 throws: a backhand, a forehand, and a hammer. The most important of those 3 would be the backhand, but you need to be able to dump the disc. You need to be able to get the disc from your hands into a handler's hand. That's the most important throw. Whether it's a backhand or a forehand, you need to be able to dump the disc. All right, Joe Trevor, what will you do after your playing career? Coach? Question mark. I don't know what I'm going to do after my playing career. I'm not sure how much longer I actually have in me. My left knee has been causing me a lot of problems, and I'm going to stay optimistic, but you have to be realistic sometimes, and I'm not going to be able to play forever. So afterwards, I'm not sure. I mean, I would love to still stay involved with Ultimate Frisbee, whether it be coaching or announcing or being a part of a team or however it may end up. I think I'm always going to be a part of Ultimate Frisbee in one way or the other. But I can definitely see myself moving to another sport, maybe if I can play another sport, whether it be golf. That'd probably be the sport I would choose. So I don't know. We'll see what ends up happening. All right, Pat DeRiso. What was it like watching the ADL from the sidelines last season? Did this propel you to rehab even harder to be the best player you can be this season? It was interesting watching it from the sideline. I've actually been very lucky in my career to not be injury prone and have been able to play basically through all my injuries. And obviously with a torn meniscus, I wasn't able to do that last season. And I learned a lot. I learned a lot about my game and about the game of Ultimate, really. Probably the biggest thing I learned was, limiting easy mistakes, limiting forced throws, risky throws. And granted, I'm always going to have, a big throw here and there that maybe I shouldn't have passed or thrown. But I feel like this season I've done a better job of swinging the disc, breaking the mark, making the right decisions, where I think last year I forced a lot of stuff. I forced a lot of deep throws. I forced a lot of hammers or whatever it may be. So I'm taking care of the disc more this season. And I think it's working out for us so far. And then the rehab process has been really weird. So I got injured, tore my meniscus last season, played on it in the championship game, messed it up again, played on it and the championship weekend of Club Nationals, messed it up again, and ended up just messing it up this past weekend. So I don't know what's going to end up happening with me. I might have to get an MRI on that next week, but I'm hoping positive thoughts and hoping everything's going to work out. All right, next question. Edward Breeden. Who would be the most dark horse team to win the championship? Well, I'm going to go with the team out of Salt Lake, the Salt Lake Lions, because they have yet to be in the ADL. They'll be in, I think, next year or the year after that. So I'm going to go with the Salt Lake Lions as the team to win the championship this year. Kelsey Sparks, what's your best ADL memory so far? It's going to go last season, first game against the Columbus Cranes. It was freezing cold. It was windy. It was raining. Could barely throw the Frisbee. Went double overtime. One of the catches ended up making on ESPN Top Plays. I mean, it was just a crazy game, and it was one that I'll never forget. I mean, there was definitely some crazy plays, some crazy moments. A thriller all the way down to the end. So that will probably be the best memory I've had so far. Henry Stone, what is your favorite throw that you've never used in a game? All right, this one I call it, I actually don't even know if I have a video of it, but I call it the hook shot push pass. So basically a push pass is, pushing it out with your hand like that. The hook shot, you go from here all the way down behind your head, and basically like a hook shot in basketball, just throw it over your head. Might have to bust it out in a game so you guys can see what it looks like. All right, next question. John Russell. Why do you play Ultimate? Why Ultimate rather than any other sport? There's something right now, I follow my passion. When I was younger, I bounced around from sport to sport, and I think it just got to the point of where I lost my passion. I loved tennis, and then I kind of got bored with it. I loved golf, and then I got bored with it. And with Ultimate, it's stuck around longer than any other sport I've played. I've been playing, this is my 7th or 8th season now. I think it's just the fact of throwing the disc and catching the disc. It doesn't get boring for me. There's so many different things that can happen. I just love it. I just love playing. Josh McDonald, what team can't you wait to play and why? Toronto Rush. They're undefeated, only undefeated team. They've been killing it this season. They've got some really good players on their team. And I think that'd be fun to play. And the only way we can play them is in the championship game. So that would be kind of cool to do as well. Alexis, that's Alexis. You got it right. Alexis Planchy. How can Ultimate fans best show support for the ADL? Great question. First, you can go to AUDL games. So if you live in a city that has a team, you should definitely go out, check it out. You can watch online at uxtvnetwork.com, and you can also just kind of be an active fan on social networks. So Facebook, Twitter, just be an active fan. Talk smack to other teams. Actually, don't do that. It's kind of mean. But just be an active fan. My arm's getting tired. Should not have worked out this morning. Next question, Colin Spratt. Who is the best coach you played for, and what made him the best? It's got to go to Curto. We won in 2006. We won just last year, him coaching double wide, and he was a huge part when we won in 2010. He was the guy that was instrumental in teaching me how to play the game. He taught me the zone. He's just taught me so much. He's been a mentor throughout my entire season. And he's just a great guy, so I would have to go with Curto there. Trey Rogers. What is it like getting to travel and see other cities and you otherwise might not have? It's amazing. It's a blessing. And I say it every day, how thankful I am for all your guys' support to allow me to have the life that I have and the experiences that I'm able to share. It's truly amazing just being able to go around the world and just meeting fantastic people, learning about their culture, being able to see the beautiful cities and countries that they live in. And I would have to highly advise you guys to do the same. And I understand, money might be tight here and there, but if you're able to save money by maybe not spending, money on a new sound system in your car or buying the latest PlayStation, that's not even a thing. No, it is a thing. PlayStation 3 game. There you go. See, I'm hip. And saving your money and travel. If I could go back and do it all again, I definitely would not purchase some of the things I purchased as a young kid and used it to travel, because that's my favorite thing to do, is traveling and getting to meet new people from all over the world. Great question. I like that question. All right, Evan Ma. How can you improve as a player? Another great question. All right, I'm going to give you two answers. In season. When you're in season, only really work and focus on fine-tuning what you're really, really good at already. When you're in season and towards the end of the season, really, it's not really the time to start working on your weaknesses. You want to fine-tune what you're really, really good at. So if you're a handler, everything that involves being a handler, get really good at it. Now in the off-season, you need to work on your weaknesses. So if you're a handler and you have a terrible mark, obviously that's something that is probably not as important as being a good thrower. But in the off-season, that's where you want to work on your mark. So work on your weaknesses in the off-season, work on your strengths during the season and towards the end of the season, and that's going to make you the best player you can possibly be. Eric Beaches Vander Heiden. Not sure if that's your real name, but that's what it says here. So I'm going to answer your question when you asked, When is it okay to throw an air bounce backhand in a game? The answer to that is never. You never want to throw an air bounce backhand. And an air bounce backhand, for those that don't know, starts high, goes down, and then actually comes back up. A lot of people think an air bounce backhand is when you throw low and it goes high. That's not really the case. It's when you start high, it goes down, and it picks up. You never want to do it because I'll answer that. I normally don't, but when you're throwing in wind and you throw an air bounce backhand, the wind has a tendency to really pick the disc up and do whatever it wants with it. So you're better off throwing flat passes. You want to practice flat, 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 flat. All right, and the dark horse question of the week goes to Frank Canavan, who asked, did you choose the dark horse life or did the dark horse life choose you? And if you watch my vlogs, you will know that you can't choose the dark horse life. You have to be chosen. So I'm just doing what I'm doing. I'm doing what I know, living the dark horse life every day and enjoying it. So Frank, congratulations. You get a disc of your choosing from the AUDL website, which I actually have 2 of them that you can pick. This one is the Wildfire and then the inaugural disc right there. So they'll send you that. Thanks to everyone that asked questions. I'm sorry if I didn't get to yours. This is actually taking a lot longer. I've tried like 4 times on my computer and it keeps crashing because Final Cut is just not my friend right now. So hopefully next week I'll be able to answer your question if you have one. Looking forward to it. I hope you all have a great day. I'm actually headed out to Seattle for a conference that I'm really looking forward to. So if you're interested in that, you can follow me on Twitter and Facebook in the description below. But again, thanks to the AUDL for promoting this and putting this out there, and thanks for you guys for asking great dark horse questions. So I'll see you guys next time. Hope you have a great day. Peace, man out.